Baskey. Welcome to the Talent Below Basketball Podcast. I'm your host, Adam Mess, and with me, as always, he would walk 5,000 miles. He would walk 5,000 more. It's Mike Regan. Mike, how you doing today? It's 500, isn't it? Wait, is it 5,000? How many miles did they walk?
500 miles.
500.
Yeah, it's 500.
So you walked an extra
5,000.
You walked an extra, what, 1,000% just to be the man who walked 10,000 miles?
Yeah, no, that's definitely, there's no one worth walking 5,000 miles for.
500 though?
Another 5,000 more? That's ridiculous.
But would you walk 1,000 miles just to be the man who fell down at your door?
Da-da-da. Great song.
What's
pod.
If you had to listen to one song the rest of your life, would it be that or Mbop? You got to pick between those two.
I guess for the bit, Mbop.
What bit? What's the between those? They're both bits.
That's true.
One, the
So
chorus is da da.
So either way, I can say for the bit.
Yeah,
it works.
You made it sound like you have some weird history with Mbop.
It's actually a very dark history. When my parents died in a fire, it was at a Hanson concert.
Yeah, it was set by Hanson.
Yes.
I miss the days when the biggest musical artists were just like a name.
Right.
Hanson, Madonna. Yeah, we should go back to that.
Cher.
Now it's Charlie XCX and Avicii that all these kids are listening to.
Isn't Avicii
What happened to
dead?
John Williams, Yeah, I think Avicii died of like a blood disorder. But so is Tupac, and I still listen to Tupac.
It's true.
How many... Yeah, we don't need to get down a Tupac conversation. We don't need to go there. That's not hockey content. That's content for a football podcast.
Okay.
You think of Tupac as more of a football guy? Hail Mary,
Yeah, I think of him as a baseball guy. Big Dodgers fan, that Tupac. I have no idea if that's true. I'm making that up.
That's why when you hit a ball and it bounces and then goes out of the park, they call that a Tupac double.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's like they call him Boston Tupac.
Mike, we are not a Tupac Shakur podcast. We are a hockey and basketball podcast. This week we're talking about hockey. Wild world in the world of hockey, Mike, as we are now entering into the second week of 2026, depending on how you count weeks and years. I guess no one really counts how many weeks into a year we are, but we're 9 days in to 2026. So what we're going to do, although I mistyped the category here, is we're going to predict headlines for January 2027. This is a gimmick we did a few years ago on BASKEY and have done again this year on both branches of the show, where we're simply going to hop ahead one full calendar year and try to predict the headlines on that day.
Oh, next year.
Yeah. It'd be hard for us to predict the headlines for today because I could just pull them up on ESPN and read them to you.
That's why I thought it was a weird segment.
Here, let me predict the headlines for January 2026. Blackhawks Bedard shoulder to play versus Caps. Kane becomes 50th player to join NHL's 500 club.
Kane.
Good analysis, Mike. But let's predict some headlines, Mike. I can go ahead and start us off here.
Sure.
So this is January 2027. We are predicting headlines for January 2027. Jordan Binnington in trade rumors despite having career best season. Jordan Binnington in trade rumors despite having career best season. Your thoughts,
Interesting.
Mike? Your thoughts?
Let's see.
You looking at what his career best would be?
Yeah, I'm wondering what his career best would be.
I'm guessing like a 909 with a 3 GAA probably.
Something like that, I'd say. Let's do a little,
I was shockingly close. If you count...
Were you?
So his second season in the NHL, in which he was 10th for the Hart Trophy and 5th for the Vezina, his only top 5 Vezina finish, 927. Outside of that, his highest ever is a 913. I was shockingly close on my Jordan Bennington sucks joke.
So you're saying he's going to have a massive like bounce back year next year, but then
I'm
be
saying
on the trade block?
goaltending's just weird, man. That's all I'm saying.
Goaltending is just weird.
That's all
true.
I'm saying. Yeah. Just
That's
I mean,
true.
right now, this year, he's an 871. He's been fucking terrible. 1/3 of his starts have been quality starts according to Hockey Reference. And sometimes you're just 33 years old, you're a goaltender, and suddenly you just rip off like a 9-18 season with like 4 shutouts and win the Hart. Not the Hart, the Vezina. The only goaltender who wins the Hart is Connor can't stop a goal in overtime, Hellebuck.
Traitor to America.
Traitor to America. It's like 1A, worst crimes against America ever, Bin Laden. 1B, Connor Hellebuck.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
We need to compromise him.
So sometimes I to a permanent end. Sometimes I say things to try to get like a reaction out of you, because like if someone was listening to the podcast, they'd be like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he said that." So I expect you to be like the moral center. And then sometimes when I do that, you just agree with me, and I'm like, "Oh, that's not going to look good on the edit."
What can I say, Adam? Sometimes you're just spot on. You tell no lies.
Do you want to throw one out here, or you want me to keep going?
I'll throw it out here.
What you got? Got to give it. Put it in you.
Nathan McKinnon I'm trying to think of the best way to word that. Nathan McKinnon on track to get his 3rd Hart in a row.
Wow, that'd be crazy because he didn't win it last year. So he's going to win 2 Harts this year?
What do you mean he didn't win it last year?
Connor Hellebuck won it last year.
Oh, that's right. I skipped
2 years
in my
ago.
brain.
2 years ago that Nathan McKinnon won his first Hart.
Right. Oh, that just shot. I keep forgetting Connor Hellebuck won the Hart last year.
How could you forget? A goalie won the Hart. It's what you've been hoping for your entire life.
I know.
Despite the fact that in the Four Nations, he laid on the ground flat and let Connor McDavid shoot an empty goal.
Yeah, disgraced America. Wiped his ass with the flag.
So Nathan McKinnon on track to win his 3rd Hart, period. Just end of sentence.
Yeah, I guess. It's not as interesting. No.
Winning 3 Harts in a career, including 2 in a row, not as interesting.
I mean, that's cool, but not as sexy of a headline as winning 3 in a row. But then I forgot Hellebuck. Maybe if he didn't shit the bed in the playoffs constantly, I'd remember that he won a Hart.
If McKinnon wins 3 Harts, can we officially say that he is better than Joe Thornton? Is it finally time that we can say that Nathan McKinnon has passed Joe Thornton on the all-time Hall of Fame rankings?
Listen, we all love some Jumbo Joe, but I think it's safe to say he's already better than Joe Thornton.
Not until he gets his 3rd one. He doesn't even have a 2nd one yet. Right now, they're tied in terms of Hart trophies.
That's true.
Right now, there's a 3-way tie in terms of all-time greats. Nate McKinnon, Joe Thornton, Taylor Hall. So those are the guys all 3 on an equal plane right now.
Yep.
I like how I said I'm not going to be coughing a lot during this podcast, and I proceeded to cough every 4 seconds. I'll give you the next one. Tynan Lawrence leads the Calder Trophy race.
Oh, okay. Been doing
currently projected to be the top center off the board. Hasn't played a single second of college hockey this year due to an injury.
He's that good. He doesn't even need to play.
Doesn't even need to play. He's going to show up. Mike, my prediction, 400 points. Rookie year.
400 points. Wow.
400 points.
It's going to shatter all the records.
Listen. Matty Shea's probably going to win it this year. Last year was Lane Hudson. We got to overcorrect next year. We can't possibly not have a forward. So I'm going with the first center off the board on current mocks.
I mean,
if they get to 3 defensemen in a row, I am driving to New York and I'm kicking Gary Bettman in his bald head personally.
I mean, blame Bedard and Celebrini, Get their shit together.
Celebrini, who they're now talking about as potentially a Hart winner, lost to Lane Hudson. Also, didn't Bedard win? Didn't Bedard win the Calder his rookie year?
No, Bedard lost to Lane Hudson.
No.
Or no.
Bedard was a year before Lane Hudson.
Did Bedard win it?
Yeah, he won it.
Oh, okay.
You're so bad at awards.
I know. I'm getting so mixed up right now.
You might remember this, Mike. He famously won it the same year that Nate McKinnon won his first Hart trophy.
I just erased last year from my memory, apparently.
Yeah, apparently you just memory hold it.
This is brutal.
It went Bedard, Faber, Luke Hughes, Peter Kochetkov, Logan Cooley, Marco Rossi, Tyson Forrester, Connor Zari as your top 8.
That's right. Okay.
Who looks bad in that one? Luke Hughes at 3, who's very bad at hockey these days.
I guess. I mean, it's tough
Very
being
bad, no good.
the third brother to join the league, you know? Unless you're LaMelo Ball.
Who's the third Skarsgård? If I say the third Skarsgård, who am I talking about?
Kaiser.
Kaiser Skarsgård?
Yeah, Kaiser Skarsgård. Are you not familiar?
It's a mouthful. Third place Calder Trophy nominee Luke Hughes has 2 points in his last 5 games. And that's the guy that you all decided should be third place in the Calder Trophy. But Tynan Lawrence next year will be first place. Mike, your next prediction for January 2027.
I thought this was going to be this year, but, the Penguins decided to be in a playoff position. But I refuse to say it's not going to happen at some point next year. Will Sidney Crosby be moved at the deadline?
I'll give you my Sidney Crosby one, and we'll have a Sidney Crosby conversation.
All right.
My Sidney Crosby one. Sidney Crosby, mum on his potential retirement while the Penguins trade for Brendan Carlo.
Penguins trade for Brendan Carlo?
I was waiting for it to click.
That's interesting. Would it be the trade for Brendan Carlo that finally gets him to give up and retire? Is that what you're saying?
No, they're going all in. They're pushing the chips into the middle of the table. They're riding Sidney Crosby straight to a 3-point wild card miss in 2027.
Yeah. Wow.
Just
interesting.
Listen, who's the GM in Pittsburgh?
The Dubes.
The Dubes. Who traded for Brendan Carlo from Montreal? Not Montreal, for Toronto.
The guy after Dubas.
The guy after Dubas, yeah.
And say Kyle Dubas was like, "That's a great move. I wish I could do that."
Yeah. He saw the genius of it, Mike. It was all done off the back of the Dubes' work. The Dubes came in and said, "We need more Brendan Carlo," and they went, "You're fired. We're never going to do that."
The Scooby Dooby Dubes.
If I gave you plus 150 this year, minus 150 next year, plus 500 in 2 years for when Sidney Crosby retires, which bet you taking?
Give me the odds again. Plus 160 this year.
Plus 150 this year, minus 150 next year, plus 500 in 2 years.
God, I'd probably take I mean, I usually don't like taking things with that much juice, but minus 150 next year.
That much juice. It's fucking 0.15% juice.
That's a little much. I try to keep it under minus like 140.
Yeah, minus 150 a little too high for you. You know, you got to put that's a lot. That's a lot. You got to put down $150 to win $100. That's a lot of juice to be paying out. It's the vig.
What's the vig? Yeah, but it probably would be next year. Like that could be the actual headline. Like Sidney Crosby continues retirement tour.
Yeah, I mean that's boring though. It's more fun to be like Sidney Crosby not talking about retirement, and also the Penguins traded for Brendan Carlo.
Right.
If they trade him next year, what do they get for him? Luke Hughes, Peter Kochetkov, and 2/3 of a Calder Trophy.
I mean, it's Sidney freaking Crosby, but probably at that age, the team that trades for him knows they're only going to get him for like a year, maybe 2. So I mean, the return wouldn't be terrible, but it would probably be like.
Do you think they could get Kaiser Skarsgård?
Couple picks, a solid player.
I don't know if you're getting.
Is that like blasphemous to say? Yeah,
no,
I think you get a solid player back in that.
I think you're getting some mid picks for Sidney Crosby's retirement.
If you're a team who's like,
I think Sidney Crosby goes to like what? The Toronto.
Yeah, that would be the team that everybody would be mocking.
Plays 65 games, gets a concussion scare, and retires.
Like anytime a Canadian star who's not French Canadian is like rumored to be on the trade block, everybody in the media is like Toronto, 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 Toronto. Whenever he's like a free agent.
You have a GDQ on still?
Yeah. Playing Dark Souls.
This man's wearing a full night outfit to run
Shit.
Dark Souls.
Man, I'm gonna have to buy that outfit for when we do Dark Souls on the stream. Can't let this guy one up me.
I think I'm gonna start putting out schedules every week.
Mhm.
And so I did want to talk to you next week for the stream. Are we going to go back and finish the boss fight that we should have finished? Or are we gonna finish Pokemon, then finish Silent Hill, and then start Dark Souls?
I can't decide right now.
All right. Mike, known for his decisiveness, can't decide.
I need to marinate on that.
All right.
I need to let that one marinate.
So we technically both gave one there, so I'll give another one here.
Okay.
This one's my free space award. Not award, just my free space. This one, it's not even really a prediction. It's just like in the center of a game of bingo. You just put the chip down right now. Jack Hughes nursing minor injury.
Oh.
It's my free space.
Okay.
I had a similar one. Always happens. What's your similar one?
Not a specific player, but insert player. Like, I guess the headline would be multiple stars on the table in New Jersey trade talks.
Wow. Let's see.
Like
Who are the stars in New Jersey?
Like New Jersey planning to blow something up.
Jack Hughes, Nico Heischer, Jesper Bratt.
I should have said planning to blow something up. That sounds like I'm accusing him of diabolical things. But, like we're heading towards like New Jersey doing drastic moves. Because like how long can we keep doing this with them?
Hey, you know who's been fucking terrible recently?
Who?
Markstrom.
Yeah.
He allowed 9 goals to the fight in Matty Shafes. 9. It was, I saw a stat. It was the most goals allowed and the lowest expected goal percentage by a goal saved over expected percentage by a goalie who was not pulled in the history of tracking that stat in the NHL.
Dear God.
Good thing they traded for him.
Yeah.
It was like, couldn't get to play on Nedeljkovic. You know, Spencer Knight was just free. He was sitting on a scrap pile.
Let's see. 1 second. I'm still scrolling. Okay. Tied for 89th in the league, Nico Heischer, their leading goal scorer with 12 goals.
Yeah. And we've already mentioned Luke Hughes, bad, not good.
Yeah, like this team's supposed to have all this like offensive talent. And, like, where's the fucking offense?
You know who they could use right now? The kind of coach who can get really hot with an offensive team. Lindy Ruff type.
Oh, Lindy Ruff.
Might do some work for them right now. Yeah, you done fucked up. You fired Lindy Ruff, and look at that. 2.5 seasons later, suddenly he's a good coach again.
Goddamn right. Season and a half. I got 2.5.
Remember, you deleted a season from your brain.
I deleted last year.
Yeah. Mike, quick, who won the cup last year? 3, 2, 1, go.
Rare. It was a Panther.
Mike, I guess once again, we both threw out one there.
Yeah.
We got it at some point. So I also want to pitch this to you, since we're just doing a talent alone meeting mid-podcast. After the Super Bowl, when we drop down to 1 tap a week, I think we should bump up to 1 tap and 1 NHL pod a week. Because at some point, we got to talk about these fucking New Jersey Devils, man.
Yeah.
And the East in general.
That.
Real quick, who's winning the East?
Sabres.
All right, so I got another one for you here.
Hey, they're only 6 points out of first place in the East, all right?
6 points out of first and 6 points out of last. That's the East for you. You want my coaching one?
Yeah.
Lane Lambert's seat is so hot that visiting teams keep complaining that the ice is melting at the Climate Pledge Arena.
Not related to that, but did you see that there was a hole in the ice at the Olympic rink?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. They were doing some kind of like, I don't know, there was some game or something. They were doing some kind of like test thing or whatever. And they had to bring out a bucket, try to patch this hole in the ice. So.
If 45 players at the Olympics don't die on that ice, I think we should call it a success.
I see this as an absolute win.
Well, only 44 players died.
So you're saying that the Kraken
Are gonna,
being
yeah.
third
I
in
mean,
the
Lane Lambert
Pacific
should be on the hot
right
seat
now?
right now.
They're in a
Outside
playoff
of-
spot then.
So it's the Pacific. The Pacific is the only division in hockey worse
Not-
than the East.
Yeah, not good. Not doing good this year.
If the Kraken were in the East, they'd be the 1 seed or some shit. I mean, like, it's basically like, hey, are you in the Central? No? You're probably dog shit.
Yeah. Then even in the Central, like the Avs have an 11-point lead. So it's just their cup
Remember-
lose at this point.
Remember that one point when it was a lot of fun when we're like, Dallas making up ground, and they've lost like 6 games straight or something like that? Or they're winless in
Yeah.
their last 6? Yeah. That was fun. Mike, how many more predictions you got? Because I got one more.
I'm tapped. I had 3.
No, Tap's the other one. My last headline for January 2027, and then Mike will remember to come back and revisit these in January 2027. Connor McDavid signs a 2-year extension saying, I swear to God, this is the last one.
I can't keep doing this to myself.
As a bonus prediction underneath this one, I have Tristan Jarry averaging a 3.1 GAA.
That's pretty good for him. 3.1. Hey, not quite league average, but you know.
Do you think
Good try.
Knobloch got applause when he walked into the office the day after the Jarry trade?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, you think it was like an officer and a gentleman, where everyone just stood and clapped as he walked into the building?
Excuse me. I'm sorry. I was very thirsty.
That made it sound like a bit the way you said that. It wasn't a bit. You took a sip of water. But the way you said that made it sound like you sat here quietly ignoring me and then was like, I got to say something.
I did it really quick. I don't know why I felt the need to say that.
And if we
Yeah.
hadn't had a 45-minute conversation about it afterwards, I would have edited it out.
I wonder like what McDavid and Draisaitl say to each other when the rest of the team isn't around.
You think they just hold each other and weep?
Or like, dude, what are we even doing here, man?
Or do
Gotta
you
get out
think
of here.
what's more likely? Do you think like McDavid and Draisaitl look for quiet corners? Oh, gotta get out of here. They keep signing extensions. It's their own fucking fault at this
know.
point.
Exactly.
Do you
They're
think-
just like, why do we keep doing this?
Do you think that they are like constantly looking for like the quiet areas in the corners of the locker room to chagrin, and then Evan Bouchard keeps walking over and being like, "Yeah, guys, the 3 of us."
Keeping the team afloat, am I right? Yeah. It's just rough.
Just want to point out, back-to-back Stanley Cup finalists. And
It's
we're like,
crazy.
man, this team, they can't do anything. They're basically just a bunch of dead pigs out there, and Connor McDavid.
And well, like both times during the season, both of the last 2 seasons, I've been like, there's no way that like McDavid and Draisaitl can carry this team all the way to the cup. Like it's just not possible. And they always do.
Well, now-
They get really close to carrying them there.
Now they're down to Vander Kane, so it's all over. Mike, any last predictions you want to throw out? You want to throw out like a 2028 prediction real quick, just off the cuff?
2028 prediction.
2028.
Yeah. City of Buffalo still doing repairs after Riot when they won the cup. Happy Riot.
Imagine how long it would take Buffalo to recover if they won the Super Bowl and the Stanley Cup in the same year.
Oh man. I think that city would just have to like shut down for a week.
Yeah. I think
Really good after.
if I was Canada, I would be nervous about the overflow of that celebration.
They would close the Peace Bridge off.
They would just have armed guards out there. I mean, they're Canadian,
Yep.
so they're armed with all dress ships, but
Yeah, they're all Mounties. Waiting there.
they
No
just
one
have
gets through
signs
it.
that say please stop throwing things. Man, I almost made a joke I was definitely have to cut out, so I'm glad I didn't, because I don't want to have to edit that much. How about this for a 2028 prediction?
Why am I so thirsty?
Are you eating pretzels?
I don't know. These pretzels are making me thirsty. Good.
Macklin Celebrini and Connor Bedard, both on pace for 150 points.
Wow. That'd be a big jump for Bedard. I feel like. Can't,
He just,
I don't, I'll t-
I mean, Bedard was on pretty good pace for a 100-point season, but he just keeps getting hurt. Because you want to know why, Mike?
Too small.
Too small. It's too small.
Too small.
Mike, the Olympic rosters have been announced since our last podcast.
Yeah, buddy.
For all the nations people care about: the United States, Canada.
No, they all got announced.
I know, but I was
you
just
don't
naming the nations people care about.
Wow.
I'm sorry, you really locked into the German roster, Mike.
I am.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna talk some Olympic rosters. We're going to start with the USA and Canada here, and then we're going to go through some of the other notable names. First off, Mike, a question you posed to me in our rundown. Confidence level 1 to 10 of the United States beating Canada, presumably for gold, maybe for bronze.
Confidence level. I've struggled with this all day because
he has
I'm not a
sending me
patriot.
pictures of him crouching underneath countertops, shaking.
I've been sitting by a fire with a glass of brandy, staring off into the distance.
Just every once in a while smashing it, yelling no, and then getting another glass of brandy. Don't you wish you were rich enough to throw like a crystal decanter of brandy into a fireplace?
That'd be fun.
Yeah, right?
That's
the kind of money
every
we'd be
night.
making here.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be your routine every night.
When I was happy, sad, anything.
Oh, I gotta go to bed.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm not like a super like USA patriotic person.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because I'm a jaded like millennial. That just happens to us over time, I think. But
You're Gen X.
No, I'm a millennial. I checked. Sure? Yeah, I'm positive. You're like just on the cusp, I think. You just missed being a fucking
Zoomer.
Yeah, toe sucking Zoomer.
Zoomer sucking toes out here?
I guess so. I don't know. I was trying to think of something to call you. But when it comes to hockey, dude, I bleed red, white, and blue. All right. I wake up and kiss a picture of Uncle Sam every morning when it comes to Olympic hockey.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to come in here and be like, 10, we got them, boys. But it is so hard to keep the confidence level at a 10 when you have to face a team that has the two greatest hockey players in the world.
Jordan Bennington.
No, the guy who in my brain won the Hart last year, Nate McKinnon.
Yeah. The guy who won the Hart last year, Nate McKinnon, and then the guy who ended American supremacy with a goal past Connor Hellebuck.
Connor McDees. So it's tough. But I do like our team. My confidence level right now is at I probably place it in the higher end 7.
7? I also have it at 7.
Yeah. A 7, okay.
Here's the thing about the differences in these rosters. And I've really grinded the tape by looking at a list of the names.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Team USA is built to win 3-2 games. Like, it's built through the blue line. It's built in net. And the forward group is weaker than Canada's. Canada's roster is built to win 5-4 games. And the question is, what's more likely? That Team USA, with good defense and great goaltending, is going to be able to staunch the flow of Canadian goals, or the Canada's going to be able to break through that over the course of 60 minutes and put up 4 goals, which Team USA might not be able to match.
Yeah, I feel like what you just described is like the usual like blueprint. Like I feel like the US is always that kind of team.
Yeah, I mean, obviously your history with international hockey is a little bit longer than mine. I think that in the past, Team USA has had like an exceptionally weak roster of forwards, and it's not that case anymore. Like, I'm not saying that Team USA is like God's gift to hockey in their forward group anymore or now, but what I will say is they at least have a top, I don't know, 9 that can compete with anyone.
Yeah, I will say with where U.S. hockey is right now, this is like the best forward, collectively the best forward group I think we've had in a while. The problem just is that even in the years when we do have a good collective forward group, it's like Canada will always have that one guy who's like the best player on the ice. Whether it was when Crosby was the bee's knees or now it's McDavid and McKinnon. One of them should have to change to a different country. They can't both be on Team Canada.
And I'm not saying they got to be on Team USA, right?
No, it's another country.
Yeah, Czechoslovakia, a country that doesn't exist anymore. We'll put Connor McDavid on the Czech team.
Right, like Slovakia's team, not great. Latvia, dude, put him on Latvia. See if McKinnon's that good. He can carry Latvia to a bronze.
Yeah. Yeah. If McKinnon's so good that he thinks he deserves to be a 3-time in a row Hart Trophy winner.
Dude, it's just McKinnon and Zegmas Girgensons tearing it up with Elvis Merlinkins, a brick wall in net. Latvia wins the bronze, baby. They'd have to make another miracle movie about that one.
Yeah. Bring Al Michaels out of retirement for that one.
Yeah.
Mike, let's talk our favorite non-USA and Canada team here. So I think the big four, and your mileage may vary slightly on the fourth team. I don't think it will, but is USA, Canada, Finland, and Sweden. I would say those are probably pretty universally the top.
Are we still on like opposite sides here? Because I think Sweden's hands down the better team over Finland.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
You
think so that you agree, or that we're on opposite sides?
I think so that I agree. I think Sweden's absolutely the number 3 team, and if they don't win bronze, they should be embarrassed and go home and cry in their Swedish way into a plate of meatballs while assembling a couch. But here's the thing. Okay. Sweden has the best roster outside of USA and Canada. Despite that, I got to say, I really like this Finnish roster. I just like them. I just want to root for them, you know? I just want to pat them on the head, put them in bed at night, tell them it's all going to be okay. It's just here's what Finland did that more teams need to do.
Yeah.
Is they said, what's the best team in the NHL with a bunch of Finnish players? Let's just get all those guys.
Yeah.
And they just took half the fucking Dallas Stars roster.
And they got a couple of Avies in there, too.
They got a couple of Avies in there? Well, one of them's not going to be playing.
Oh.
Because Landeskog is hurt. I don't know if you need me to finish that thought.
Oh, yeah, the updated list doesn't have Skog on there.
Oh, okay. Who they replace him with? Troy Terry?
For some reason, 2 Avs they have listed are obviously Arturi Lehkonen. I said that obviously like Lehkonen's such a fucking stud. You can't not have him. But obviously Arturi Lehkonen. And then Joel Kiviranta.
Where's Natchez playing? Natchez is Czech, I think. German? Czech or German?
Marty Natchez is playing for Czechia.
Yeah.
Czechia.
Czechia does not have a bad team. But Finland, Rupe Hintz, Miro Heiskanen, Esa Lindell, UPL on a pretty good season.
UPL Olympian UPL.
Olympian UPL.
And they do have Erasmus.
Not the right Rasmus, but yeah.
No, unfortunately.
They got Rasmus Anderson, who's
they have Ristolainen.
Rasmus Ristolainen, yeah. Who's the highest paid Rasmus right now? Dahlin?
It's got to be either Dahlin or Anderson.
Yeah.
Probably Dahlin.
Should we do that? An all Rasmus team? It wouldn't take us very long. Who are you leaving off your all Rasmus team?
Rasmus Asplund still playing hockey in the NHL? I used to be a big Rasmus Asplund guy. More than anybody should be.
Is Rasmus just the John of Finland?
Finland and Sweden, just like that area.
Nordic countries,
the Nordic region.
The Nordic region.
I didn't realize that Carlson is like a Nordic name until the Four Nations.
Really?
Yeah.
It's like super Nordic, right? I mean, like all the Carlsons play for Sweden and Finland.
Yeah.
Shesterkin, not a Nordic name, but also not on Olympic rosters, Mike. And you want to know why?
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
Sorry, I was just about to point out that Landeskog's Swedish.
All right. Your point.
So he was never going to be on the Finland roster. That's why.
Yeah, I saw him somewhere. I just know that I know he's off the team now because he's hurt. There's no Russian team, Mike.
No.
So you pitched, so we kind of stick together a starting lineup for a Russian team, which I think could be a lot of fun. So let me ask you this, Mike. Where should we start with? Goaltender? Goaltender is a fun conversation because you got the big three: Sorokin, Shesterkin, and Vasilevsky.
Yeah.
Who's starting in net for you?
What about Bob?
Yeah, who's Bob kicking off that list there, Mike? Tell me. You start Bobrovsky over Shesterkin?
We're just doing...
Hold on, guys. We got to halt the podcast, talk about Sergei Bobrovsky.
I know he's doing... we're just doing, like, the starting lineup. But if we were doing the full roster, I feel like he would be one of the three goalies. If we were doing the whole thing, it'd probably be what, Bob?
No, he would not be one of the three goalies. They have three of the five best goalies in the NHL of the 2020s.
I don't know.
Bobrovsky, no chance Bobrovsky would make the Olympic roster.
I don't know. You probably just walk into the Olympic Committee room, or like the Russian hockey people who are in charge of it, and you'd be like, "Oh, sorry, am I blinding you with the glare off these rings?"
That is preposterous that you're going to rings culture Bobrovsky onto this team over Sorokin. Sorokin, who might win the Hart this year if Logan Thompson doesn't.
No, Sorokin has no chance.
Why? Because Matty Shafes is going to win the Vezina?
Yeah, Matty Shafes.
So who do you start in goal?
Yeah, I guess it would be Sorokin or Bassey. I'd go Bassey. I'm going
Sturkin's obviously hurt right now, which is part of this. I think I would probably go Vassy as well, just kind of off like the name value.
He's having a good year.
Right? He is having a good year.
Getting his
now here's
back.
Here's where we get to the interesting question, though. Who is your top line of forwards? Who's your top line?
I'm having at Cooch at the center, obviously.
That's funny because he plays a wing, so.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's breaking my brain then. Because when you say Russian hockey players,
they're all wingers.
I immediately think
Kaprizov,
yeah, I was gonna
Kucherov,
say, I think
Ovechkin,
Kaprizov,
Demidov, Michkov,
Donov.
Yeah, they're all wings.
Nishkinin.
Like your centers, your center spine. It's like the best Russian center right now might be Evgeny Malkin.
No, Malkin's a wing.
Malkin plays more center than the other guys.
Oh yeah.
Kuznetsov? I don't know. It's tough once you get to the center spine. Ivan Barbashev? Listen, the wings are a great conversation because you basically have these top three guys, Kaprizov, Kucherov, and Ovechkin, who are filling. It's three players for two wing spots, unless you just want to go all three at forward with maybe Kaprizov as your center or Kucherov.
Yeah,
but that's also like
play center.
Cooch, which is not a way you start a sentence. It's just by yelling Cooch over and over again. Kucherov, like, he typically has way more assists for a wing than you're used to. And part of that's because Stamkos had more goals for a center than you're used to.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the thing there. So I don't hate Kuch as a playing 1C with Kaprizov and Ovechkin. I think Kuch would hate being moved off the left wing, but
you're putting Ovechkin on your top line?
Well, okay, so what's the other option then? Evgeny Malkin? He's like 4 months younger than Ovechkin. Ivan Demidov, you going rookie on the top line?
Marchenko?
Sergachev? Sergachev's defenseman. I don't know why I said that. Because I haven't written down. That's why I said that.
I mean, I guess maybe you put Ovi up there. I mean, he's on my first power play unit. Tell him to sit his ass by the dot and just hammer those clappers. But
okay, let's come to a consensus here. We definitely have Kaprizov and Kucherov on our top line.
Yeah.
Who's the third spot for?
Panarin.
Is Panarin Russian? Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. I didn't even write him down.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Um, is it insane that I want to say Barbashev? Just like get a true center on the top line?
No, I mean that might be how they would do it. It probably would be to have like a true center there. Man, Russians got weak center spine.
Yeah. That's always been their problem, Mike. No
Yeah,
spine for those Russians.
That's why Putin's so angry all the time.
No center spine.
No center spine.
Okay, so we need to close it out. 2 defensemen. I got Sergachev easily. The top.
Okay, I got Sergachev, and I think
Yeah.
you can get into some interesting conversations between like Gavrikov.
Yeah. So we we love Vladislav Gavrikov.
I love Gavrikov.
We love Vladislav Gavrikov around these parts.
We do.
Ivan Provorov is another guy who could play opposite Sergachev.
Oh, yeah.
Dmitry Orlov.
Orlov.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say those are the big
odds.
3. Yeah. It's almost like that's a popular Russian suffix or something.
Yes.
I would say those are the big 3 that would go next to Sergachev. So the question is, who do you go with? Gavrikov, Orlov, Sergachev. Or Gavrikov, Orlov, or who's the third one we just said? Provorov. Is that who we said?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. If it's me, if we're building this team, I'm going Gavrikov in the top pair because we just love us some Vladislav Gavrikov.
Yeah, we're in consensus there.
Okay, so correct me where I'm wrong here. Our starting 6 goalie. Andrei Vasilevsky. Our forwards. Kirill Kaprizov. Nikita Kucherov. Ivan Barbashev?
I guess if you want like an actual center.
The alternative would be Panarin.
Yeah.
Or Evgeny Malkin, but Malkin's getting so old. He's dust.
He's dust. He's an old man.
Barbashev gives you 2-way play? I don't know, man. No. He's
Yeah,
fast.
I mean, you're saying like Krill, Kuch, and Barbashev?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then your top pair defensemen, Sergachev and Gavrikov?
Yeah.
There you go. Don't ever say we didn't do anything for Russia, Mike. Outside of all the election tampering we did for them.
All those Facebook posts we made.
Mike, final thing here. Let's go through our top teams here. So that the top 3, consensus top 3, USA, Canada, and Sweden. Let's talk some snubs. Let's talk about who these teams are going to regret leaving off by the time that the gold medal game is said and done. Let's start with the presumptive third place team. Perhaps not, but presumptive third place team. Sweden. Mike, who is Sweden going to regret leaving off their Olympic roster?
Two things. I mean, I could see either of them regretting leaving off Matthias Ekholm or William Eklund. Like, he's playing really good. I know he's younger. I feel like these Olympic committees, for some reason, like experience. Not entirely, because there's been some young guys who made the rosters. That surprised some people.
Yeah, so the one I wrote down was Matthias Ekholm, and some of that's like William Eklund and Matthias Ekholm are like left off for the opposite reasons, I feel like.
Yeah.
Where William Eklund's what, 21?
23.
23? And Matthias Ekholm is 35. So I feel like they got left off for opposite reasons. But I feel like both those guys are just like solid, high quality players. Like Ekholm is just, he's not going to be the fastest guy in the world, but he's just going to be stalwart and do his job. And that feels like the kind of guy that you want when you're Sweden. And your concern is creating a roster that has the potential to beat the USA or Canada in a elimination game, a best of one game. So I don't know why they left those guys off the roster outside of just age.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, I feel like I'd kick off like Wenberg at forward, put in Eklund.
Yeah, and I mean, like, there's some guys like and some of it's like, okay, you have to have Victor Hedman, but Victor Hedman's also 35. You have to have Erik Karlsson, but Erik Karlsson is 941 years old.
Well, like if I was in charge of making the Swedish team, someone was like, "We gotta have Erik Karlsson," I'd throw him out of the building.
Yeah, you'd hit him with your just strumming you're having for lunch because you're Swedish. Like I don't know, is there a legitimate case for leaving off some of the younger guys they left off? Like another one. I get that maybe you don't want to go too deep on the same goaltending room, but Jesper Wallstedt is having a great year. We'll obviously talk about him soon. And it feels like maybe if you're Sweden and your goal is like, okay, we want to be able to be competitive with the United States and Canada this year, and we also want to build our team for the future, would it be nice to bring in like the potential Calder Trophy goalie who's leading a top Central team to a playoff berth?
Mm-hmm. Wallstedt did make the roster.
Wallstedt did make the roster. Okay.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing Philip Gustafsson and Jacob Markstrom, so maybe they didn't include the third goalie on this list for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to know why?
Why?
Because I'm looking at the wrong list. I'm looking at a prediction list, and they didn't have a third goalie down because Linus Ullmark obviously is on a leave of absence from the Ottawa Senators. That's why. Okay. Let me flip over to a current roster so I don't talk about a player who is currently on the team for another 40 minutes. Any other snubs or anyone that you think they're going to regret leaving off for Sweden?
No, I think those are the big ones. I mean, you could say like Marcus Johansson's having a really good year for Minnesota.
Mojo?
So he's another one. Yeah, Mojo. That you could make the case for that he probably should have been on there. Those are probably like the big three.
Do you think that the Minnesota staff is worried about the Olympics because all of their players are playing in it outside of Kirill the Thrill?
Yeah, they have a lot of players.
Yeah, playing on ice that is too small and has holes in it.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll be fine.
There's no way they'll all die. Mike, next up, let's talk Canada. I'm
sorry, go ahead.
Team Canada. Who are they going to regret leaving off? Team Canada.
There's a lot of players.
Real quick, just shout out here. Props to them for bringing Macklin Celebrini and Tom Wilson.
Yes.
Two very deserving players that I didn't think were going to make the roster.
I don't know about Tom Wilson, but
you're such an idiot, dork, dumb face. You know that?
Yeah. Fucking goon. Fucking goon, dude.
Leading the Caps in scoring. Better than your hero, Alex Ovechkin.
Like, there's a few you could throw out there. I mean, you can be a little upset that Matty Schaaf is crushing it and he didn't get a
That's who I got.
a look.
I got Matty Schaafs.
You know, but he's 18.
We're so Matty Schaafs pilled, man.
He is 18. I did make that point. Like, that's what makes the Celebrini thing surprising, is because it just goes against how Team Canada usually operates, in my mind. That's why when we were talking about their roster, like I think it was a couple podcasts ago, and I brought up Sidney Crosby, and you were kind of like, oh, really? I was like, yeah, because they love the experience on their, like, when they put these teams together. That's why, like, during the Four Nations, we were like, what are they doing in goal? And it's like, oh, it's guys who have done international play before. They've been there, and they're more veteran players. So I can see why they didn't go Schaefer, and it also is why Celebrini was a pleasant surprise. But also, like, dude, Sam Bennett, like, there's some grit and, like, two-way play I'd probably like to have when I'm going for the gold.
Yeah, especially when you have the world's softest forward group, a bunch of guys that can't check. So
yeah,
you think Sidney Crosby's gonna be out there throwing the lumber around?
Probably not. Well, usually he throws the lumber and then he skates away like a little bitch and has one of his bigger guys come in and defend him. At least that's what I used to say.
They do have Nick Suzuki, who is like gonna win the Selke. So that
guy's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. But you could have had the two front runners for the Selke, Sam Bennett and well, I guess Sam. You do, because I think maybe Sam Reinhart is actually the second place behind Nick Suzuki.
Because the Panthers are just an entire team of Selke players.
Yeah. They're like, we lost Barkov. What do? I don't know. Replace him with Selke players.
I have to bring into question. I guess like this is just like, Canada and USA are just like such melting pots because some of these names, you're trying to tell me these are Canadian? Sorelli, Celebrini, all right, Suzuki. You're trying to tell me that these boys are Canadian? It's interesting.
Colton Parayko, I haven't seen his birth certificate.
Yeah.
That guy sounds Russian to me. Although I'll tell you what, true blood Canadian should be on the team every year. Jordan Bennington. Good call, Canada.
I love them. Some Jordan Bennington.
How pissed are you going to be when Logan Thompson doesn't play a second of international hockey?
Oh, I'm gonna be livid. Livid.
Do you think if Logan Thompson ever finds out how much you love him, he'll be honored or creeped out?
Speaking of goaltenders, though, they obviously think that Wedgwood and Blackwood are just on a really good team.
Yeah.
They're currently like the top two in GAA in the league right now, and they're like, we're not touching the Woods.
Can I ask you this question then? So if they think Wedgwood and Blackwood are on a really good team, and that's why they didn't bring them to Milan. What do you think's going on with Jordan Bennington? He's bad and on a bad team, so I don't know what their excuse is to bring him.
We're saying the same thing last year.
Yeah.
For the Four Nations. We're like, why is Bennington here?
I mean, I already said this. I had Matty Shafes written down. You bring the next stars with you, let them learn some Olympic hockey. That's why last year Anthony Edwards led the NBA in 3-point makes, because he went and played Olympic basketball at Team USA, didn't play a ton of minutes, but learned from Curry, Durant, LeBron how to play the game, came back, led the NBA in 3-point makes, now the third youngest player to record 10,000 points. You bring the young guys with you, and you let the vets teach them. It is a mistake not to bring Matty Shafes and Celebrini. You should have both of them there, not just one or the other.
Like, once again, Team Canada mentality. Like, you know who we need? Drew Doughty. He's 100.
That's what I wrote down. Here's my exact note. Matty Shafes. Canada is behind the U.S. on offensive power from the blue line, and they chose Drew Doughty.
Yeah.
Drew Doughty right now walking to an arena somewhere just catching stray bullets, just fell flat on his face. Doesn't know that across the country somewhere, two people are making jokes at his expense. Let's close out our Olympic talk here, Mike, with the Team USA. Who are they going to regret not bringing? Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Who is Team USA going to regret not bringing with them?
Well, right off the bat, the first name I'm going to throw out is the same man who, one of the men who got snubbed for Four Nations. Like, what does Goal Caulfield have to do to get some respect in this country?
Okay, we got to stop, Mike, because I also wrote down Goal Caulfield, and we can't both be the Goal Caulfield guy. One of us has to be the Adam Fox guy.
Nah. You can be the Adam Fox guy.
I like how there's so many options. Okay, Patrick Kane, right? Just legendary American player, doesn't get a call. Chris Kreider on the Four Nation teams. Jackson Lacombe and Lane Hudson, two up-and-coming defensemen that you can make the same case that I made the Matty Shafes argument with. Jason Robertson and Adam Fox, two like all NHL level players. Jason Robertson on a great year, and the first guy we bring up is fucking Goal Caulfield.
Dude, he should be there. He's a great player. I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just me who thinks that.
Can I make the anti-Goal Caulfield case?
Sure.
First off, the proest of pro Goal Caulfield cases is that TJ Miller is there. So,
JT.
I get, yeah, TJ Miller's the guy from Underwater and other movies.
Yeah.
JT Miller, who I get is like a 200-foot hockey guy. I don't know what 200 feet. Definitely not the 200 feet on a hockey rink, but he's a 200-foot hockey guy somewhere. Maybe like the 200 feet between the locker room and the excuse pile. But Cole Caulfield has 12 even strength goal in 44 games. He's not like a power play merchant, but he definitely benefits from the power play, and he's not getting any power play time on this team. Is that why they didn't bring him? Is that the argument?
Sorry. Hearing crazy noises. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we shouldn't give him the nickname Goal Caulfield, but it just sounds good.
It does.
It does.
He could average like 12 goals and 65 assists a year, and I'd still call him Goal Caulfield.
Listen to this though. 21 goals, 21 assists. He's perfectly balanced. That's all.
Balanced Caulfield.
He's balanced Caulfield.
You're not against this Brock Nelson pick anymore. You were pretty anti Brock Nelson, but you're all in on Brock Nelson now.
I don't hate the Brock Nelson pick. I actually have a little more beef with like. Is it name value? Like, why is Jack Hughes on this team? 5'11", 175 pounds, tied for 139th in the NHL right now in points, and we're like, gotta have Jack Hughes.
Okay, you can't possibly do the too small to start that off when Goal Caulfield is 5'8".
A good point. But still, like, all right, so we'll ignore the size. I just felt like taking a dig at Jack Hughes to try to fit my argument. But like, he didn't play good in the Four Nations. He's not playing that great this year. His team's not playing good this year.
Should we do Jason Robertson talk here?
Yeah.
8th in the NHL in points, Mike. 8th.
Right.
8th. Didn't make the Olympic roster.
Like, did they think he's not American? They see his picture and they were like, "Oh, yeah, we can't pick him. Look, he's not American."
You think they kept calling Mikko Rantanen trying to get him to join? They were like, "He's 6th in the NHL." So,
like, yeah.
Kyle Connor, 11th in points on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Boldy, 16th in points on the team. You know, just saying, odd. That's all I'm saying.
It is odd.
It's odd Jason Robertson is not on this team.
Yeah. And, I'll sit here for a second and say, or even like going beyond, like, also you could say like Alex DeBrincat has a better case to be on this team than Jack Hughes.
Also 5'8".
Not the point.
What's
All right? About the size of your heart.
Why
Okay?
are you saying we need to get
heart.
Jack Hughes out of here? He's too big.
He's just too bad.
Damn.
Overrated.
More like Jack Hugh cares.
Just to touch on like the Adam Fox thing. Yeah, it's like a little surprising, and I get it. I do think there's an argument to be made, like when you're building a team and you look at like certain type of players, you're like, all right, well, we have like already have so many of like that type of defenseman. But I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm just not drinking the Seth Jones Kool-Aid. I'm like, you got Seth Jones on this roster over Adam Fox. I can't sign off on that.
Yeah. Yeah, and once again, the question is always, do you want to make the best team of hockey players, or do you want to make the best team of hockey players?
Right.
So the USA can say we wanted to make the best team, not just have the best players, which sure. But you've made a team whose goal is going to be to like shut the puck down in center, going both ways on the bottom 6 and bottom 4. And I don't fuck with that. You wanna go punch for punch against Canada? Quinn Hughes is the guy that's gonna be able to go punch for punch against Cale Makar.
Mm-hmm.
Tage Thompson's the guy that's gonna be able to score with some of the best on Team Canada. Like, we should be building for 2026 hockey, not 2006 hockey. And the Team USA is built a little for 2006 hockey. Now, it could not matter at all because we have the best trio of goalies in the Olympics, and if they just stand on their head for whatever it is, 12 games and coast, then it might not matter.
You think you have the best trio of goalies with that bum Connor Hellebuyck out there? That absolute bum Connor Hellebuyck.
I know you deleted this from your memory, but defending Hart winner, Connor Hellebuyck.
Absolute bum.
Can I tell you
we're gonna put
how
them on? We're gonna leave
excited
Spencer Knight sitting at home.
I know the Spencer Knight thing's a travesty.
Yeah,
Although
Or
the
Jake
3 guys ahead of him
Ottinger?
are insanely good.
Yeah, I know, but still.
Can I tell you how excited I was when I saw Clayton Keller was on this list?
And it makes sense. It's not like everybody can sign off on that. He should be on here.
Just Utah represent. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Any other Olympic thoughts, Mike, before we move on?
Nope, just that Spencer Knight has played more games and has a better GAA than bum-ass Connor Hellebuck, so. He's also played more games and has better numbers than bum-ass Jake Ottinger.
This blue line for the U.S. is fucking ridiculous.
No, don't change the subject.
No, I'm sorry.
Way better numbers than Jeremy Swayman. What, did you have what? I don't know. Is there like an age requirement to play Olympic hockey? Is that what it is?
Yeah, this is Olympic hockey becomes such a who you know thing.
Yeah. Justice for Knight, that's all I'm saying.
Justice for Knight. Knight to Rook 6. Anyways. Any other thoughts there, Mike? Any other things you got to say? Any other machinations you got to have bouncing around in your brain?
Here's a question.
Uh-huh.
When does the Olympics actually start?
No one knows.
Oh, okay.
In the middle of the night one day, we'll get an alert that it started.
The big torch is gonna light fire in the distance.
Yeah.
The Olympics have started.
You see Carter Hart got injured?
Had a hat? Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah, he got injured yesterday. Couldn't have happened to a better guy, you know?
Yeah, right.
Is there any amount of you that believes that Connor Bedard should be on Team Canada?
Honestly,
or is that the point where you're like, you had to go Celebrini or Bedard?
Yeah, and I'm going Celebrini right now over Bedard.
Because Bedard's too small?
He just hasn't. I mean, he's a good player. He hasn't lived up to the hype quite yet, in my opinion.
Pre-injury, he was top 5 in points.
And he got hurt.
Then he got hurt, which does mean that he no longer lives up to the... Now he's 22nd. In 31 games, he has 44 points.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good, Mike.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
I hate to be that guy, but that's pretty good. Some would say
Yeah,
it's better than Jack Eichel, who in 35 games has 45 points. 1 more point in 4 more games, Jack? Really? Disgusting. Mike, for the last 2 weeks, we are fans by a little team by the name of the Minnesota Wild.
Yeah.
And as we always do when we get on this podcast to discuss Team Talent Alone for the last 2 weeks, we're going to do the good, the bad, and the what? I want to see what's that peaked. Of
what?
The Minnesota Wild. I can start us off here with the good, Mike. The good.
All right.
The good. A little guy by the name of Quinn Hughes. Quinn Hughes.
It's working.
It's working. 13 points in 13 games since the trade. 58% expected goals percentage when he's on the ice, and basically leads the team in all on-off metrics since coming over. When he came over on the season, he was a -7 in expected goals. He is now up to a +10. 17-point swing in 13 games.
It's almost like the Vancouver Canucks aren't good.
Here's what I'm saying. So there's if this is an F1 race for the Norris Trophy, if there is an F1 race going on right now, Mo Seider and Cale Makar, they're the McLarens. They're way up there.
Yeah.
They think they got this all handled. They're not even paying attention. But they look in their rearview mirror. There's a little Max Verstappen by the name of Quinn Hughes, just closing the distance, just making up time. You know, just saying. Quinn Hughes sold me so much. So this time, like, I get it. Everyone's like, he's generational. I'm like, yeah, how about you play some defense? And then I just watched him. Like, Vancouver hit him. They would, when they would play a team with top end talent, Hughes would be like a second pair defenseman. Like, he would not be lining up against McDavid and stuff like that. He got to Minnesota and they said, nah, you're playing defense.
I feel like we got into this argument because I was sticking up for Quinn Hughes. And you were trying to
Right.
frame him to be like Eric Carlson, and I was like, let's pump the brakes here, pal.
But Minnesota's treating him differently.
Yeah,
Like, that's the
it's almost
important
like they're a
thing.
better team.
They have him playing defense against the top end talent. The other night against the Oilers, he lined up over 12 minutes against McDavid. And they had a shot and goal advantage in that time.
He's American.
Yeah.
All right. We got fundamentals in our country. We play good D.
Mm-hmm.
We play 200-foot hockey.
That's why Tim Duncan was an American.
Exactly.
Yeah, because we got fundamentals. Exactly. That's my good. I don't know how much else I can say. You want? I can keep doting on Quinn Hughes if you want.
No, but I have a good that's in a similar vein.
Uh huh.
Goaltending and defense. 6th in the league in goals against at 73. That is good.
That is good.
Most goodly.
That is most goodly, to use an atomism.
But that leads to my bad. Unless, do you have more good?
No, Quinn Hughes is my good.
Yeah. This would be like my bad or my what? Because it's a little surprising. Like, dude, these guys need to score more goddamn goals. What are we doing here?
Yeah, not a team that's been putting a lot of pucks in net to start the season. They were really bad to start the year.
And they've started making up some ground. Like, Krill started slow and got going. Krill the Thrill, as they call him, colloquially.
Yes. Top line Russian Olympic player, as I'm hearing in the news.
Russia's going to hold their own Olympics. They're going to win all the golds.
some North Korean shit.
Yeah.
Do you think Russia still is like, yeah, China's in our pocket?
I don't think so.
China's doing what we want to do.
I think China's like taking you a long time to take over that tiny country there, Russia. They're like, no, we got that. Don't worry. It's going according to plan, yes?
It's pretty good Russian.
Thank you.
My bad. And this is just for the last 5 games, I just want to say. Matt Boldy. Come on, buddy. Oof, it's been tough. 1 goal, 3 points in the last 5 games.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we did catch Minnesota at a bad time. It was a 5-game road trip, including a back-to-back in LA that they lost both games. But Matt, not cutting it. Not cutting it having 1 goal and 3 points in our time being fans of the Minnesota Wild. He has less goals than fellow American Brock Faber. Known for not being a goal scorer, as he is a defenseman.
Fellow Olympian, too.
Fellow Olympian, Brock Faber. In my head, when someone says Olympian, I imagine like a buff dude wearing a loincloth picking up a rock.
Like Hercules, like a Greek guy.
Yeah. So you're like, fellow Olympian, Brock Faber. And I just like Brock Faber wearing a loincloth picking up a rock. That's an odd visual.
I just think of Percy Jackson,
He is. It is Percy Jackson and the Olympian, so that makes sense. Yes. That'd be great if that entire book, like you sit down to read it, you think it's going to be about like a summer camp with kids who have gods as parents. You sit down and it's just like Percy Jackson in a sprint against Boone Jenner or whatever that guy was. Bruce Jenner.
Or the movie opens, the movie version opens, and he just goes, "All my life I wanted to be an Olympian."
Fades in, directed by Martin Scorsese.
So I guess your get together, Matt Boldy, goes into my bad of you guys need to score some more goddamn goals. Because if you didn't look, if I didn't tell you, if you were like, I haven't watched any hockey this year, and I was like, all right, well, or if you were like, oh, my brain's been wiped, who's on the Minnesota Wild again? And you named off some of those players, the person would be like, oh, they probably got a pretty good offense. And you'd be like, you'd be surprised.
Yeah.
Shooting percentages, and maybe I don't know if I'd say their shooting percentages are terrible. Maybe they just need to go back to more like pucks on net and get dudes to crash that net and get like the garbage goals.
They keep scoring goals because opposing teams' defenses break down and Quinn Hughes just throws a stretch pass. Like they had one against the Kings where they were on a power play. The Kings clear the puck. They're all making a change. And Joel Eriksson-Ek is just kind of like standing by the Kings' blue line. And Quinn Hughes just throws a pass from his own goal to Joel Eriksson-Ek, who's then just suddenly behind all the Kings players and scores a goal.
Yeah, I mean, because you think about it, like guys, like they have guys who are built for that, like Kaprizov, Boldy, like on the rush, like high event hockey, like that. They're built to score there. But when you're going to get into the playoffs and it's going to get tight, and teams are going to beat the shit out of you in the middle of the ice, and you're not going to be able to get anything going. So
Yeah,
as
you
much
gotta be
as
able to
I don't,
break center and be able to actually like get into your cycle in the offensive zone.
yeah, and so like I don't want to be like old man yells at clouds, but like, come on, boys, pucks in deep. All right, set something up. Let's work those boards.
You know what's funny about having two Kings Wild matchups in the year 2026 that we watched?
Mm-hmm.
Is still in my head. I was like, Kevin Fiala revenge game. I can't help myself, man. I see a player that used to be on another team. I'm like, revenge game.
Here it comes.
Kevin Fiala has been on the Kings almost as long as he was on the Wild. And I'm still like, revenge game potential here. Kevin Fiala, 4 points maybe? Revenge game?
Maybe.
My what? A thing that you mentioned under your good, Mike, but my what goaltending?
This is surprising.
In our time following this team, Jesper Wallstedt, 1-2 with a .904 save percentage. Philip Gustafsson, 1-1, .917, 2.5 GAA. This was the best goaltending rotation in the NHL for the first third of the season. And, boy, tough time to watch him when potential rookie of the year, Jesper Wallstedt, dropped 2 games and allowed in a shitload of goals. That's tough. He had like an 837 game. Mind you, he also had like a 937 game because it's fucking goaltending. But
yeah,
big what for me was I was just sitting down every Wild game and going, goaltending's either be good or bad today.
Mm-hmm.
Can't be both.
Yeah,
unless it could be, I guess.
Yeah, but they have like overall held up very well. Like going into the year, I didn't feel confident in Minnesota's
Philip Gustafsson and Jesper Wallstedt. You didn't feel confident in that?
I didn't. Like going into the year, I was like, no, that's going to go. I think they're going to have to score a lot of goals, win some high-scoring games, but it's actually been pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, Jesper Wallstedt, I don't think anyone saw this coming with him this year. But Gustafsson kind of had the juice. Like, he had the talk coming out of the draft that he could be like a G1 one day. Mm-hmm. And he's definitely living up to that hype. The Wallstedt thing is ridiculous, and I don't even know what you do. You're kind of like you're getting into being in a Swayman Olmark situation where you're going to be like, all right, well, we can't pay both of you guys a shitload of money to be the best goalie in hockey, so we got to pay one of you and trade the other one.
Mm-hmm.
And Mike, if you're Wild GM Bill Guerin, who you trading?
Between Wallstedt and Gustafsson?
Yeah. I didn't
trading Gustafsson.
Quinn Hughes. Keeping Wallstedt. Keeping the young guy.
Wallstedt.
Keeping the young
cooler
guy.
name.
Keeping the young boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Jesper. Jesper's fun. Although Philip with an F is cool too.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, if that was team talent alone for the last 2 weeks,
hey,
who is going to be?
I don't get to have a what?
You said you had one that was kind of a bad and kind of a what. If you got another what, go for it.
I have like an actual what.
Oh, okay.
I guess not so much a what, but interesting.
So you don't have a what. You have a
That's interesting.
It's
a what in the sense that I said, you want to know something interesting? You go, what? I'm starting to see a pattern here.
Uh-huh.
In this team that could use some help offensively down the, as we go farther down the roster. And obviously they got their 2 studs in Kaprizov and Boldy, who currently are number 1 and number 4 in the league among forwards in most minutes played. Number 2 and 3, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl.
So you're just calling the Wild Oilers Central.
Yeah, they're like Americans. They're American Central.
American Central. You heard it here
Both
first,
those
folks.
teams also top 10 in power play goals.
Power play merchant, the Minnesota Wild.
But if you go to 5-on-5, it's not as good. Why is that?
So you would trade Jesper Wallstedt and Philip Gustafsson right now for like Ivan Barbashev.
Yeah. 1C Team Russia, baby. If I gave you, totally unrelated before we finish up the pod, if I gave you plus 2,000 odds that if McDavid were to hit free agency, he'd sign with an American team, would you take it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
What if he's a free agent, what fucking Canadian team is signing him?
Toronto.
With what money?
I don't know.
None of those guys ever sign in Canada. It's Stamkos all over again, where for years they were like, no, Stamkos going to Toronto this year. This is the best year. Steven Stamkos going to Toronto.
Just don't go to the Rangers.
That's exactly where he's going to go. What are you talking about?
I will vomit if McDavid ends up a Ranger.
He's going to go to the Rangers, and then the Kings, and then wherever Gretzky did after that.
Yeah. Well, Gretzky went Kings, then Rangers, but still.
Yeah, but McDavid's his own man, Mike. You can't force him into a box.
He's going to do it in a different order, all right?
Yeah. Yeah, I would absolutely take that bet because there's no chance he's sticking with a Canadian team.
Calgary.
Unless he stays with the Oilers.
Yeah, I guess it's like what Canadian teams have money and then what Canadian teams are in a dumpster fire.
And that Venn diagram has no overlap. It's a perfect circle.
Yeah.
All the Canadian teams either have money and are dumpster fires or don't have any money and aren't dumpster fires. Hey,
Depending
how about
on Toronto.
Let's talk some standings real quick.
Okay.
Before we let's talk standings in a second. Let's do Team Talent Alone for the next 2 weeks. As devotees of the podcast now, every 2 weeks we choose a new team that we become fervent, passionate fans about. From January 9th to January 23rd. Mike, who is going to be Team Talent Alone?
I got a couple ideas.
Yeah?
Just looking at hot teams. Of course, I was like, Sabres, 112 of the last 13. But I was like, I don't want to jinx it by making them Team Talent Alone. So I'd be fine with it, though. But also, 8 wins in a row for the team that started out like the first couple weeks of the season. We were like, oh, dear God, what happened? And now they're looking pretty good. Them Tampa Bay Lightning.
Tampa Bay Lightning have been looking awesome.
Yeah.
Will John Cooper finally get his Coach of the Year?
That's crazy. That's like Andy Reid never winning one.
John Cooper has finished second and third in his career on the Jack Adams. Never gotten a first.
You think 2 John Coopers weigh as much as Andy Reid?
Maybe like if they just ate and Andy Reid hasn't.
Yeah.
Is that your only one? Tampa Bay?
Tampa Bay or Buffalo. Or if you want to do something like sadist, we can go with the team with the longest losing streak right now. Do the Winnipeg Jets.
I definitely don't. Some other candidates to throw out here. Detroit, who has been very good this season. The Islanders, do some Matty Shafe's watch. It's Matty Shafe's watch, obviously. We could finish our trio in the Central and do Dallas Stars, who are kind of slumping.
Yeah. She slumped.
That's not that song.
No.
But importantly, Mike, there is an element to this that you aren't considering.
Okay.
And that's that. I'm using my extend. We're doing 2 more weeks of the Minnesota Wild.
You played the extend.
I played the extend. I've officially
down.
played my extend because I feel like we got cheated out of some really good Minnesota Wild by exclusively watching Minnesota Wild road games for the last 2 weeks. And I think it'd be fun if we could watch some home games. Some home games taking place at home for the Minnesota Wild.
Yeah.
So here will be our Minnesota Wild games that we will watch on the extended. Home for New York, the Islanders. So we get some Matty Shafe's watch there. Home for New Jersey, home for Winnipeg, at Buffalo, at Toronto, at Montreal, and home for Detroit to close it out.
I'm cool with an extend on the Wild.
Hitting them with the extend. 2 more weeks. We are Minnesota Wild fans.
Can I throw something out because you mentioned the Red Wings?
Yeah.
They're bitch made. They are the bitch made team in the NHL.
Give me an NFL cross sport comparison to the Red Wings.
Well, I'm not sure. Maybe you can help me with this. The Red Wings have a -1. They have a negative goal differential. They're second in the division.
Yeah.
And they are power play merchants as a team. Like, they're not good scoring at 5-on-5, but they're good on the extra man, and that's how they got here. So what would that be? Would that be like a team that just hits explosive plays but can't string together like a 10-play, 75-yard drive?
So what, like the 2022 Miami Dolphins?
Yeah. Something like that.
Now, just in case, if you are listening at home, Tyler Karkar of the podcast, cover your ears. Chicago Bears?
Oh, I didn't say that. You said that. I didn't say that.
I know. I'm the one that said it. Just saying. Just saying. Chicago Bears, Detroit Red Wings, cross-sport comparison. Don't hate it. Mike, you want to take a second here to do a victory lap on the Sabres, who have won 12 of their last 13, are firmly in a playoff position, by which I mean they're tied with the Washington Capitals for the second wild card spot. Mm-hmm. And they've officially moved into a positive goal differential, which makes them better than the Detroit Red Wings. Would you like to quickly here do a little victory lap?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's playing good hockey. Boys out there playing for the boys, Not the name on the front, not the name on the back. And no. I mean, you said it best. I think we were talking about it, that like it hasn't felt cheap or like, oh, this team's just on like a lucky stretch. I mean, any winning 12 or 13 is always going to feel a little bit of like, you're on heater, but they've been playing really well all around.
Yeah, they have in that stretch. They have 2, 3 1-goal wins. All the other ones are multi-goal wins.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously some of that's empty netters, but you're still talking about a team that's leading heading into the game situations. It's not getting into overtime and winning in overtime. It's not winning on the shootout. It's not being tied 3-3 with 45 seconds left and you get a ridiculous like Matthias Samuelsson tip to win the game. It's just a team that's been playing good hockey against some good teams and some bad teams, but it's been playing consistently good hockey.
Yep.
That's it.
Goaltending's picked up as the years gone on. I feel like a lot more confident in like Alex Lyons and UPL than I did the first like month or so of the season, 2 months really. So that's good. Also, we just have a banger of a penalty kill.
Yeah.
It sticks out.
Yeah.
It's one of the things that really stick out when you watch them. A damn good penalty kill. And our power plays also look better this year, in my opinion, than it has in past years and how we play. And our penalty kill, especially when I watch it, I just see dudes who are not like, we're not standing still. You see like teams get like stuck. They get in like their little square formation and they just stand there with their thumb up their ass while their team passes the puck around. We don't let that happen. We don't, when the penalty kills click in, we don't let ourselves get hemmed in like that. So I think that's a big part of it as well.
And I just want to say, according to Money Puck's power rankings, which are very analytical, I'm sure, the Sabres have moved up to 17th. Now, that doesn't sound that impressive, but at one point during the season, they were 32nd. So
yeah,
that's a
big
climb.
jump.
And that's based off long running numbers. That's not super recently weighted. So that's very good for the Sabres. They are currently they are currently 17th. Care to guess who's 16th?
Is the Red Wings?
It's the Red Wings.
Of course. I think we also have like for the first time since Obama was in office, we have like a good percentage chance to actually make the playoffs.
Yeah, let me pull up the odds real quick. Let's take a look at those odds if they have them on the sports book whose color is most similar to the Buffalo Sabres. I like how we're not giving out any free promotion, like we're some kind of juggernaut in the space.
Yeah.
Currently, to make the playoffs, the Buffalo Sabres are minus 130.
Let's go.
More likely than to not. To miss the playoffs right now, you get them at plus 100. But Mike, that's enough Sabres talk.
I'll take minus 130 as we've talked about. It's about the limit on the amount of juice I'll take.
It's enough Sabres talk. We got to talk about a more important team. The Toronto Maple Leafs. 6-2-2 in their last 10, Mike. Have you ever seen anything so phenomenal?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of teams can do that.
They've moved from last place in the East all the way up to 2 points out of the wild card.
1 point.
Well, 1 point out of being tied for it, but
yeah, and
with
then
Buffalo having 2 games in hand on Washington and 1 game in hand on Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
But they're scratching and sniffing at the door there, Mike. Who's going to fall out? Let me ask you this. In the East, who's going to fall out?
Until they play their 82nd game and the season ends and they make it officially into the playoffs, I refuse to believe in the Pittsburgh Penguins. I refuse to believe in the Pittsburgh Penguins, and I refuse to believe in the Detroit Red Wings.
Yeah, so Pittsburgh, Philly, New York, Detroit all look fallible.
Mm-hmm.
As, to be fair, Buffalo did before this stretch.
True.
Buffalo, Washington, Toronto. How many of those teams make the playoffs?
Huh. So
Mike has
I could see
entered into a
I
meditative trance.
No, I was gonna say I can see a world where either one or the other, the Islanders or the Flyers, fall out, and then that gets the Caps into the third spot of the Metro. Then you kick the Red Wings and the Penguins out, and then either Buffalo or Toronto gets a spot in the top three of the Atlantic, and then the other one is the wild card spot. So I think all three of them make it.
That is currently tied for second place in the East. Detroit Red Wings that Mike is kicking out of the playoffs.
Right. But I mean, they're also only like 6 points out of not being in the playoffs because it's the East.
Right.
Fucking free for all. No one's good. No one's bad.
Anything can happen.
They're always beating the shit out of each other.
All right, Mike. That's all I got. You ready to watch 2 more weeks of the Minnesota Wild?
Let's do it.
My work phone is ringing, so let me go silence that real quick, and then we'll do plugs. You can check out both of us on Twitter, formerly known as X, by checking in the show notes for a link to our social media. You can find us at talentalone.com, where all of our work is posted for the long run. If you are listening to the audio version of this podcast, you can find us on YouTube at Talent Alone Podcast, and if you're watching the video version, you can find the audio version of this at Talent Alone Podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe if you're on YouTube, and follow us if you are not, because those platforms keep yelling at me that based off the size of our channels, we should be getting more subscribers and followers. So I'd appreciate it if you helped Spotify to stop yelling at me. We stream once a week. We'll probably be bumping that up as the NFL season closes down. Speaking of the NFL, we will have 2 more podcasts next week discussing the NFL and 1 discussing pro basketball.
Go Bills.
I will go Bills. I will also be starting this weekend posting a schedule of content for the upcoming week, so that if you follow us on YouTube or on talentalone.com, you can get a quick little peek at what we'll be putting out. That's all I got, Mike. Did I miss any plugs?
I think you nailed them.
I nailed them as well. And since, Mike, on BASKEY, we don't do shout-outs because that is exclusively a tap thing, would you care to guess who on the Detroit Red Wings currently leads the team in shorthanded goals?
Say something weird like Moritz Seider.
Something weird like their best player?
Yeah. Defenseman. But I'm taking Seider.
Michael Rasmussen.
Rasmussen.
Michael
Yes.
Rasmussen. All right, buddy. Let's get out of here so that you can go watch Oregon, Indiana.
Hell yeah.